Hi, this is Todd with ESOTERIC Car Care. Today we're going to be taking a look at the tool lineup from RUPES. RUPES Tools. This company's been around for over 65 years, based out of Milan, Italy. And then they come to the United States market. I remember the first SEMA we were at, they showed off the Bigfoot machines. And after that, we were one of 3 detailers in the United States that got to spend some time with the new tool and work into distribution. We were one of the first 2 distributors in the United States. Obviously, they've grown a lot since then. There's more distribution, but we were there at the forefront, and we were also their first authorized training center. Now that you got a little bit of a history about it, let's talk a little bit about the products themselves and how to pick the right tool for the job. As you can see, there's a lot of different products here. We go back in time. If you look at where we were polishing, starting out Porter cables for a DA machine and MKII rotary, and you step up. Griot's Garage came out with their DA machine that made things a little bit better, and so on and so forth. But once we found the RUPES line, we didn't look back. We continually test a lot of different machines, both from a pneumatic and electric point of view. Just for comparison, we always stick with the RUPES. We haven't found anything that we like nearly as well as an overall machine. First of all, let's take a look at the 3-inch options. You've got the Mini, which is a 12 millimeter throw, 3-inch machine. Both on this machine and this one, we were one of like 4 detailers in the world that got to work with prototypes on these, help with the development stage. So needless to say, we know those very well. You're working on any kind of small areas, or even if you have a motorcycle that you want to work on, A-pillars, you're working mirrors around door handles, that's where your 3-inch is going to come into play. And really, this isn't something that's going to be your standalone machine. It's something that you want in addition to one of the main machines. You have to have the ability to do big surfaces and small surfaces at the same time. So a 3-inch is definitely a must. So you have a decision here between air tool and electric. This tool here, the LHR75 pneumatic, it's got a 15 millimeter throw to it, so more than what the electric version does. And this has a tremendous amount of cutting power. However, it requires a big, powerful air compressor if you want to use it. If you've got just a small, regular garage-based air compressor, it's not going to be enough to push this machine. So most of the time, this is going to be for the avid enthusiast who has a monster air compressor in their garage, or you're a professional that's got a standalone shop. If you're a mobile detailer, it's not going to work out. You're not going to be able to carry enough power on your truck to be able to push this. But if you've got it, this is definitely the way to go. It's got a heavy cut, faster cut, it's lightweight, very, very easy to use, and an extremely powerful machine. Now looking at some of the bigger machines, you've got your Duetto, which is a 12 millimeter throw. You've got your Bigfoot machines, your LHR15 MKII, which is a 15 millimeter throw. And then you step up to the LHR21, which is a 21 millimeter throw. So when are you going to use one over the other? Once again, it depends on a little bit on what you're trying to accomplish. Are you doing it professionally? Are you doing it at home? Starting in the range is going to be the Duetto. Fantastic machine, very easy to use. It's nice and compact. It has a little bit of that feel of the Porter cable and the Griot's machines in that it's very compact. For us here in the shop, we like using this on lower areas, bumpers, where we want to really focus our pressure instead of having to hold a machine way out here. It just makes it a little bit easier to get to. But if you're a DIY person at home, or if you have a shop that you want to have certain levels of detailers, you've got your A guys, for instance, doing your major correction, and your B guys doing your more simple correction, a machine like this would work perfectly for you. And it's going to be less expensive than what the other bigger machines are. Still extremely capable machine. If you want to step up to the bigger machines, the 15 and the 21. And I've got other videos that I've done on how to use the RUPES polishers, and you can check the link right here where it talks more about these machines and when you're going to choose one over the other. But basically the big difference is the 21 comes with a larger backing plate for using the larger pads. Here at our shop, we really don't use the larger pads that much. You get more cut, more control with a smaller pad. But if you're a place that's working on boats, you're working on airplanes, you're working on trucks, vans, things of that nature, you're going to want a machine that's got that capability of doing a bigger pad and still having a lot of cut on there. What a lot of guys will do is they'll take the 21 and they'll put the smaller backing plate from the 15 on it so they can run the 5.5-inch pads that go along with it. The 15 comes with a 5.5, 15 millimeter throw to it. Extremely capable machine. Some misinformation out there that this one is for compounding, this one is for polishing. That's not the case in the least bit. 15 can do anything and everything that the 21 is capable of. Great company, great support. We think over the years we've been distributing these for over 4 years, and maybe a couple we've had to send back for any kind of warranty work on them. They just don't break down. They're very, very good machines. They're well engineered, well made, and they're going to last you a long time. So if you're a do-it-yourself person, you've got nothing to worry about. If you're a busy shop like us, you know that you're going to be able to use them day in, day out without the worries of any kind of problems. And since they've gone through so much engineering, it's smooth, easy to use, and it's really a well thought out design regardless of whichever tool that you use. So if you're in the market for tools and you're trying to decide which one you want to get or which ones that you want to get, just think about what kind of work are you wanting to accomplish with it. You're probably going to want a 3-inch to go along with the bigger machines because they complement one another. You can't get the big machines in the small areas. You don't want to try to polish out large areas with small machines. So I would definitely recommend having both of them in your arsenal. A lot of detailers I know, they've got every single machine here because you can always find a use for one of them. The more specific that you get, the better the results that you're going to get by picking the right tool for the job. So hopefully that answers some questions about the RUPES lineup of tools, the company, the kind of support that comes along with it. If you have any more specific questions on it, make sure and leave them in the comments below. Hit that like button. Don't forget to share our videos on your favorite automotive and detailing forums. We always appreciate when you subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're constantly updating new videos on detailing tips, tools, and techniques. That's about all for today for the RUPES lineup of tools, Esoteric Car Care. I'm Todd Cooprider. Thanks, and we'll see you again next time.